This week on Danu on Fire, we're checking out Bistro and we're talking to Gehan. It's Danu on Fire and we're checking out Bistro, which is at Odell. How are you, Gehan? Unfortunately, I've never got a chance to rope you into any of my shows.
Well, I know, this is the first one.
And
I'm
also
happy
this
to be
happened on a miscommunication error, which is amazing. He was like, okay, I've left Dinesh here and I've moved on. I was like, no, I'm having you.
here. I'm the camera shy guy.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm so happy to have you. You have been actually a request many a times, can you believe it?
Oh, really?
Yeah, every time they see Dinesh, they tend to miss you.
Where is Gehan?
Yeah.
Yeah, people have got so used to seeing us together whenever it's, at the restaurants or wherever it is. They kind of see one person and wonder where the other person
Yeah.
is.
Is it a shadow that you really don't want?
No, not at all. He'll be watching this, so I'm not going to say anything.
I know he knows what I'm going to say. All right. So Bistro has been around for so long. We have all enjoyed their yummy, delicious burgers. It's not about going clubbing these days. It's about coming down to eat that burger. It has been there from like the mid-2000s.
Yes, so the first Bistro outlet that opened at Crescat opened about 9 years ago.
Okay. But your trolley is open, like the Karat is open long time ago.
So Sugar Burgers actually started in 2004.
Right.
It started out with a couple of guys flipping burgers outside the nightclubs we used to run, H2O at the time. And then from there it spread to other clubs, and that's how the whole burger thing started.
Yeah. And it became such a staple thing to have. It's like you would always see people waiting to indulge in a little bit.
We still do. In fact, we have a cart outside of Kava, which is open on the weekends, and we find that people, wherever they go, they kind of show up there at 2 o'clock in the morning to grab their burger before they go home.
That's amazing.
Which is great.
Because you all created a new culture. Because the pizza culture sort of really took off in Sri Lanka, but the burger culture has been like evolving and things like that, but you all gave a place for it to stand on. So let's speak a little bit about this concept called Sugar, and especially now it's the new thinking, like all of us here while we are shooting, we have taken all safety precautions. Gehan was just allowed to remove his mask now.
Yes.
So it's difficult to talk on TV, that's one of the reasons. But tell us, with all this COVID situation, how has it been? Running a restaurant is just hell.
Oh, it's been tough. I mean, obviously, not just for us, for the whole industry and for everybody. Doesn't matter what industry you're in. We took some really hard calls at the onset of the pandemic, which kind of helped us sail these rough seas.
Right.
So it's tough at the moment, but we're getting by. We're doing okay. Unfortunately, we had to close some of our outlets, which we hope to reopen at some point. But yeah, it all depends on how long this is going to go through. I mean, 1 month ago, if you would have asked me, I would have been so much more optimistic
Yeah, I
because
know.
things were really turning around and we were kind of seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. But where we are now is where we are back there. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, we're okay for the moment, but we're not sure how long we can hold on.
Do you think we sort of relaxed a bit too much? I think we all left our sanitizers back at home and we just had our mask in our hand just for precaution.
Yeah, I think, look, we, as human beings, we can't be kind of locked down and asked to kind of, social distance and stuff like that for too long.
Correct.
You do it for a while because you have to, but then you're kind of waiting to interact with your friends and your family, go out there, meet people. So it's a tough call.
Well, so this one of the reasons why we wanted to speak about the whole food culture in Sri Lanka is the fact that what made you sort of come into this industry?
So me personally, it was way back in 1997. I was working at Dialog at the time, and
Right.
I get a phone call from my musician brother who said, Gehan, I'm opening a pub, why don't you join me? And that was the beginning of Clancy's back in the day. And I was very young at the time and it seemed like a fabulous opportunity. So yeah, I mean, that's how I started, and then we went on to start many other outlets like H2O. Rhythm and Blues was a spin-off from one of my brothers, Lemon, 41 Sugar, and so on and so forth. So
This whole nightlife culture in our country, do you think it will somehow survive through?
absolutely, it will survive. It will survive. I mean, even during the pandemic, the night business had a lot of demand. I mean, we were taking the precautions, limiting the number of customers and stuff like that. But there was more demand for that than there was for a regular restaurant operation.
Oh, wow.
So I think the nightlife there will always be demand for it. It will always do really well. We just have to kind of take a bit of a pause for the moment.
But were you ever scared getting into the nightlife? Because that's where lots of things break out, and it's a tricky business to be in.
I've been through all of them.
Yeah.
I've dealt with.
You just have your B face on.
Yeah. Again, take like the pandemic.
Yeah.
Take the right precautions, and make the right choices, and you kind of. Well, I'm still here, and still a part of the night scene as well. I've got some interesting stories I can tell you off camera.
Fine. In my very shallow nightlife experience, I was nearly cut by a glass here because somebody thought that I was sitting with somebody else's girlfriend, and I was like, "You really have to get the memo sorted." I was like, "Man, people still don't know anything about me." It's like, what's the point of all of this? But it's just quite sad. But we are going to speak about something very interesting when we do come back after the break, because Sugar, this well-known brand when it comes to great tasting burgers, have put out something really nice. This is a cloud kitchen where you can order and enjoy your fancy burgers. I got a chance to sit and enjoy some good tasting burgers. We tried 3. They were so delicious. We're going to speak more about it, how you can get it home. If you don't want to step out, it could be delivered to your doorstep. We'll speak more about it with Gehan on the other side. Welcome back. It's Danu on Fire. We're speaking to Gehan, and we've got our mains here. I've got fish and chips. Correct. What have you got?
I've got the. That's a good question. What do I have?
He's not into the food part of it.
Sorry?
Chili butter fettuccine in front.
That's what I've got.
There you go. Chili
Chili butter fettuccine.
with prawns. There you go. We got that sorted. I also don't know what these are as long as I can eat them. That's about it. So I understand that you can't cook.
Oh, I can cook.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I can cook. I can't make complex dishes. I'm not a chef, but I can make quite a rocking breakfast.
Oh, wow, that's the most important meal of the day.
Absolutely.
They've got that sorted. But I've been told that Dinesh can cook really well.
He can, yes.
Yeah.
So even in the company, Dinesh basically handles the food element of it.
Okay.
I'm more a beverage person.
Right, okay. What makes people happier?
Beverage. Even the food tastes better with some
There you
good
go.
beverage in
There
your
you
system.
go. He's going to hate us after this show.
Possibly.
All right, so let's speak about something that we wanted to touch on is something new that they have launched. I have been here, we have featured their restaurants in multiple shows of ours. It's so easy to work with them. They're one of the most friendliest brand to be associated with. So they introduced this cloud kitchen of their signature burgers. Yummy, delicious, value for money is guaranteed. You don't need to talk about the food part of it, just tell me about the operational part of it.
So, well, again, Sugar Burgers started way back in 2004. Like I said, I mean, it was just a couple of guys flipping burgers outside of a nightclub that kind of spread to other venues in Colombo. We were always associated with concerts, music, entertainment. So
Right.
we kind of branded the Good Time Burger.
Okay.
So we kind of moved away from the burger operation and got into more of the restaurants and so on in the
And
last
people did
few
miss
years.
it.
We had it on the menu.
Yeah.
But now we have brought back that original sugar burger.
Yeah.
The ones that you taste outside of a nightclub at 2
True.
o'clock in the morning. That's available now as a cloud kitchen operation. We have multiple locations where it is produced, which means your delivery radius is that much larger. Value for money, great fresh product, cool packaging. It's a very young, fresh kind of brand.
Superb. There's something about it. I don't even drink, but I just act drunk just to get the burger. I'm like, yeah, put one of those. Yeah, it works much better. It tastes so much better. Just wanted to speak about, today in our company, in our country, lots of people have come forward to venture out on their own, start their own businesses, create new brands, and we can see brands popping out every single day. Sometimes I featured a brand and the brand is not there anymore, and it's so quick, the turnarounds are so fast. Is it a good thing to be daring enough to go out there and be an entrepreneur of your own?
Well, I would encourage anybody who has a good idea or a great concept to actually venture out and try it. But you need to understand that running your own business obviously has its own challenges. Food industry especially is not an easy thing to kind of maintain. What we've seen as a result of COVID and lockdowns and people working from home, having more time, a lot of their own kind of home kitchens have been converted into cloud kitchens and so on. So like you very said, you have things popping up and then kind of fading off very quickly as well. My advice is if you are serious about it, then these are not great times to start any new business. So you have to kind of expect a bit of a low period, but stick to it.
Because we see so many great ideas coming out, and like angel investors, so many of them sort of helping these people out. But I think our country is so cluttered with ideas, and it's so hard to run the full marathon of the race, like see the benefit of all what you have put in. But as two people who started very young in terms of standing on your own and creating this, how hard is it to like have a partner full time? Is it hard?
Well, you know what?
You'll argue?
Yeah, absolutely. We have different ideas. Obviously we're two different people.
Yeah.
But we were friends when we started the business, and
Maintaining that is
thankfully
hard.
that is very difficult.
Yeah.
I've heard of horror stories, but I must say we work very well together.
That's amazing.
We have our own different areas that we kind of specialize in, and we respect each other's opinion and ideas and so on. So far, it's going well. Touch wood.
Yeah, it's a very tricky part, when they say don't get into business with your friends, because it's like you're so in a very eerie situation when you have to speak about money. It just becomes very like tacky.
True. I think we've been lucky.
Yeah.
It is a bit tricky doing business with friends and relatives, but so long as you both have a common goal and you kind of respect each other, I think it can be done. And we're a good example of it. I mean, we've been in business now for 15 years.
That's amazing. Now, speaking about Colombo, everything rotates around this very small, interconnected nosy community. How do you survive?
Well, Colombo is a little village that somebody told me recently as well. It is true to a certain degree.
Sad that they called it a little village.
As in it's, especially in this business, you realize that it's a very small market. It's the same people that's moving around.
Yeah. And now with COVID, we have such limited amount of
that
people.
has shrunk as
Yeah,
well.
At least the others who had the friends who were foreigners, they brought them.
With the lack of tourism and people flying in, that little market has shrunk even further. It's tough, but you have to reinvent yourself, come up with fresh ideas, fresh products, and keep it interesting for them.
Yeah, because I think only in our country we have clubs remodeling themselves like literally every 6 months.
Absolutely.
It's the same place with a different name, different DJ, different outlook, and you're
you have to do that because what happens is boredom sets in after a while.
Yeah.
You're going to the same place, seeing the same faces, so venues have to kind of reinvent themselves, and we do that on a regular basis as well. But it works. I mean, it's a bit tougher, but can be done.
Superb. All right. He's actually talking more than I expected. I'm so happy. He actually talks way less than normal. So we are going to dig into this. When we do come back on the other side, we have something sweet. I'm telling you, they have great things on their menu when it comes to some sweet items. What I really like is the churros. I think it's the best in the country. I have to say it's really, really good. We'll see you on the other side. Just a second. Okay, so the churros are on the fire. So I decided we'll start with something more interesting. This is officially the biggest eclair in Colombo.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. biggest and
Yummiest.
yummiest. It all sounded so bad. I feel sorry for it. I feel sorry to be born as an eclair or a donut. You are just screwed either way.
That's true, but you're also loved by so many people.
That is
so
true.
That's
That is
a big,
true.
Big plus.
There you go. There you go. That's another way to look
You
at
could be born as a garlic, for example.
it. Yeah. Yeah. That's just to get rid of an earache, I'm told. All right. So our final segment, wanted to ask you, evolving into new things. The 2020 and 2021 have been so grey, and how do you all keep your spirits high?
Well, look, we understand that this is a temporary situation, even though from time to time we have doubts once in a while. We're using the time to kind of clean up shop as well, strengthen our operation, make sure that when things do pick up, that we are in a better position to take advantage of it, basically. So
Sorry, I was just searching for a fork.
Oh, there's no fork in there?
I don't think I can handle such a big one.
Can I say
It all sounds so wrong. No.
There you go.
Thanks. Dirty minds, I'm telling you.
So yeah, I mean, we like I said, we've been using the time, in a positive manner, and looking forward to what's to come, and preparing for it, basically.
But something that's really not a good thing or a bad thing is the fact that we have to still pay salaries and things like this. As individual company, like people who actually own organizations, have there been any exterior support that has come in towards guiding you all or telling you all, don't give up, we will look into all of this? Because asking this for the people who are watching, who are searching for like some sort of hope, who have small operations, struggling so much more.
Well, to be very honest, there has been very little outside support. Unfortunately, we've approached so many, financial organizations and so on to try and help us kind of,
Keep afloat.
keep us afloat during this period of time, and it hasn't been successful. So we have had to kind of, support ourselves. We've had to take some tough calls, like I mentioned earlier. We've also spoken, I mean, we're blessed with a really good team, and the people understand what's going on. So we've managed to speak to them and realize that we're all in this together, and we have to kind of battle it out together. So in that sense, I think we're very happy. we're very lucky to have a really good team behind us in our operations.
Now, there's a huge red flag for imports. And how do you see it? Buy local, support local is one side, but what do you think about this whole stock to import thing?
Well, so far it hasn't really affected us that much. I'm not sure what the future holds, but I'm very interested in what has happened since this import ban, which is that people are really starting to rediscover what we have. That's true from a beverage perspective. That's also true from a food perspective, and I think we needed this push to kind of encourage us as well as individuals in the industry to start really looking at these local ingredients that we've kind of been ignoring so far, and trying to create something that is more uniquely Sri Lankan as well.
True.
So that the offer that we have in this country is unique to Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
You know, our restaurant, I mean, Bistro is a casual dining restaurant. We have a lot of Western dishes on the menu. But from time to time, we start introducing local stuff.
Yeah, and
but
there's always a local fusion that makes it ours.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And we've seen that the response for items like that is very positive. So I, for one, think that it's a very positive thing where people are really rediscovering food that Sri Lanka has to offer.
Now, as a man who speaks very few words, you have also been a cover boy.
Cover boy?
Well, that's what they call it. If it's a cover girl, then you're a cover boy, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. How was that experience? Because you were featured in Best Dress for Hi. You have been on a few. I just want to know how is that experience? How are you in front of it? I can't picture you.
I'm
like
very
this.
shy in front
Yeah,
of
that's
cameras, as you already know. I've been kind of avoiding.
I really have to fish that photograph out.
God, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
I don't have a copy either. It was fun. I mean, it was a good bunch of people kind of behind it, the photography and the production and so on. It was done in Gaul, so we had a lot of fun. That particular shoot.
Yeah. Super. That's great. All right. So for those who are watching, you know the loops of the ropes of the nightlife. Do you think we'll come back to full swing anytime soon?
I think so. The date we had in mind was November, December, and we still feel that will be possibly. I mean, it's all about how quickly this vaccine is going to be rolled out.
Second one is like somewhere there. I can't find it.
Yeah, I think they started this week. But look, I mean, that's the only solution, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because there's going to be so many variants and people bringing it in, and it's just going to keep going on and on and on. We just need to make sure that the population is vaccinated. We need to make sure that tourists and people coming in are also properly vaccinated. That's the only way forward, as far as I see. And judging by what's happening around us, I think December is possibly a good time.
That's amazing. And something that's really nice is to see that, like, for those when we had the freedom, who took the time to drive to different areas of Sri Lanka and Instagram the best out of it, and gave us more reason to be one of the top search results, to be one of the countries to visit when COVID is cleared. So that's a great thing.
Yeah, I think the demand for Sri Lanka is going to be massive.
I think we have portrayed it the best.
Absolutely.
We Sri Lankans have.
Recently, I saw an article where Kiriketia was number 3 best beach in the world. There's a lot of interest for Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
I think there are a few things that we need to kind of sort of tweak, to be honest. And we will be right up there, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's great. Thank you so very much, Gehan. It has been lovely talking to you. And just to let you know, so these are tough days for all of us. Make sure wherever you are, you take all the precaution that you need. We followed all the protocol here so that we can have a safe and an interesting show, and that's what's most important. So when you do visit any sugar bistro, just make sure that you have your guidelines followed as well, so it makes it easy for everyone here to serve you better. Thank you so very much again.
Thank you so much.
And it has been lovely talking to you, and thank you to the team here for giving us tasty food. We'll see you with another cool episode. Till then, you keep smiling. It's a wrap.